I'm Craig Eason of Lloyd's List, and as we continue our look on the impact of piracy on the shipping industry, I'm here with Canon Ken Peters from the Mission to Seafarers. Canon, do you find that the issues of seafarers are somewhat ignored by shipping companies and part of other parts of the industry? Because sometimes I get the impression that the seafarer is almost treated like a second-rate citizen.
Yes, I feel that there is an understanding in the industry that when seafarers are released from being hostages, it's over, job done. Whereas in fact, when seafarers arrive at the first safe port of call, they need immediately some care, rather than everybody wanting something from them to debrief, to talk about pirate tactics, whatever. The shipping companies ought to recognize that the port chaplain is immediately present to help in those first few days before the seafarers are repatriated, because goodness knows what care they will get then.
Is it important that the ship owners are really aware of some of their responsibilities, their humanitarian responsibilities?
Indeed, and it's actually in the industry's own interest to recognize some of those concerns, because when we are confronting a shortage of seafarers, the last thing ship owners want is seafarers not to go back to sea after having invested in their training. But taking care of their well-being is of primary importance. Recognizing that they may well have post-trauma stress, and it may impact upon their ability to function on board ship. We want ships to be as safe as possible, and therefore seafarers need to be cared for.
You mentioned that once they go ashore, after they've been held captive for a period, it's imperative that they're actually given some sort of post-trauma counselling before almost they get to the embraces of their family, and they disappear into the embraces of their family. What about the impact on the families themselves?
There is initial relief, of course, if it is properly communicated to them. After a long period of captivity, which sometimes is exacerbated by the shipping company then keeping them isolated from other people, almost locked up in a hotel, the seafarers need to be prepared for returning to normality as quickly as possible. So ensuring they have the resilience to continue and to rebuild their lives. The families have had to cope without them, had to cope with taking the decisions about family lives, about the education of the children, about keeping the family together and supporting them. And now suddenly the seafarer is back, perhaps with his flashbacks, perhaps with having to recount his story again and again. There needs to be great sensitivity on both parts, on the family side and on that of the seafarer.
Canon Peters, thank you very much. This is Craig Eason for Lloyd's List.